rut. I just can't stand through those.
Welcome to another episode of the Mark and Mike Show. This time we're going to learn how to stand while going through ruts.
Alright, so this is a warm-up trail. And my goal for today is to stand all day as I go through ruts. Those always freak me out. I'm going to start off in these easy trails. Just stand. This one's got some ruts, which always freak me out while I'm standing. But here.
Since Mike couldn't ride with me today, I figured I'd spend the day practicing standing going slow through these ruts. I'm pretty good at standing when I'm going faster, but whenever I hit something that's technical, especially ruts, and I'm going slow, I have a tough time. And I figure out pretty quick I'm not leaning forward enough.
Well, that's what I'm doing wrong. I'm not getting my weight far enough over the front of the bike.
And it was surprising how riding slow allowed me to figure out what I was doing wrong, because I could sense what I was doing. It really made a big difference, and I could tell pretty quick that I just wasn't I wasn't far enough over the front of the bike.
That was better.
And of course, I spent quite a bit of time going up and down here that's cut out of the video, but I'm about to figure out the reason you want to be over the front of the bike. It's a center of gravity issue, so let's see what happens.
Stand the rut. I just can't stand through those.
And going through this turn is where I really figured out the problem. The center of gravity, as the rider, we are basically the center of gravity because we weigh almost as much as the bike, or at least in my case I do. And so as I go through the turn, the center of gravity always wants to be in the front. So if you throw a dart, that's why the dart flies the way it does. It's not really the fins in the back, it's the weight in the front. So as you're going through the rut, the center of gravity wants to come around, and because the front wheel is in the rut, that causes the bike to just tip over. And so the key, and I'm shocked how well this worked, the key is to get the center of gravity over that front wheel, which means the back end of the bike isn't trying to come around, and the bike isn't trying to go to the outside of the rut and tip over. And it may sound like it wouldn't make that big of a difference, but I was shocked. And when I started holding my weight over the front wheel, I was able to go through these ruts with no trouble standing. I would have never been able to do that before.
Oh, my legs are getting tired. Okay. So, as I go through ruts, I have to lean way forward. That's the trick. I just cannot do those not standing.
So here the camera fell down. I didn't notice it, so we missed quite a bit of my practice.
And my legs are tired. I'm not sure how much standing I'm going to do. I should have stood them for this one. No point being up here if I'm not practicing.
So I actually spent a little over an hour going up and down that trail, and but as you could kind of tell, I was pretty tired by the end. So then I went and did the run up Yard Sale Hill, which I posted in my last video where it beat my time by over a minute. And then after that, I went up and down this trail here. There's no point coming up here if you're not going to have some fun. And at this point, I was so tired, I just kind of just went for a little trail ride, spent some time sitting on the seat. I mean, I would stand up when I had to, but basically at this point, I was just having a good time. So to recap, the key going through ruts, if you're standing, is to be up on having your weight over the front wheel, which is what they tell you to do when you're standing anyway. You're supposed to have your shoulders, over the handlebars, which means your weight's over that front wheel. And so although I know that, it's another thing to practice it and implement it. So here I am, end of the ride, coming back to the Jeep so I can haul it home. And as always, thanks for watching.
Sorry.